What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now, today, we've got the India versus England Day 2 of the third test review, and it was just more pain for India. I mean, the last session, they pick up a few wickets, just to kind of give them a little bit of hope, a little bit of feeling back in the body. I guess, they would have been feeling pretty flat, so to take some wickets late in the third session would have been a little bit of a feel-good moment for them. But look, they've got plenty of work to do, does India, if they're gonna, they're not going to win the test match. I mean, let's just be brutally honest. India's not going to go on and win this test match. I mean, it would take one of the greatest comebacks in test history to win this. I wouldn't, if there's a team that you would not put it past, it would be India. They're a team that could do this, so I'm not going to doubt them for one moment. But we do also have to be realistic, and India probably are looking at a draw if they're going to do any good result for them. It's probably a draw, but considering we're going to day 3 tomorrow, the draw, again, looks probably unlikely unless India bat for their whole life. So we'll jump into it. We went in from yesterday's play at 0 for 127 was England, so these two, they didn't pile on too many more runs, but it was a great opening stand if you're an Englishman. Hasib at the top of the order has worked, which he should have been in the first place, and Burns, he played okay. I mean, Burns still made 61, and that's still, if you get 61 every game from one of your openers, you're probably happy with that. But I still watch him, and I just don't think he's a superstar batsman, but he's still a good enough opener for this English team, so that's all that matters. And also what I'd mention, if you look down at the bottom of my screen, you can see that it says 4 degrees where I am at the moment. Because I had about 3 or 4 people in my comments yesterday saying, I see the weather at the bottom of your screen and it says 11 degrees. I can't believe it gets that cold in Australia, 11 degrees. It's 4 degrees right now. I am fucking so cold. It's 8:12 a.m. in the morning. My stupid head is actually blocking the clock in the bottom right. But the degrees, 4 degrees. It's incredibly cold. So just thought I'd point that one out. But yeah, Dawid Malan. Don't know why he wasn't in the squad to begin with. He's one of my favourite English players. Punjab Kings man. I do actually like him. He's one of the very few England players that I respect, that I like watching, that I think is a great batsman, and that should always be in playing for England in every single format. I think he's a superstar. I think he's a gun. And I think he should be, again, playing all 3 formats for India, which he probably now will be. He's probably cemented his spot in this side for the next test at least. What the fuck is my jumper doing? It's like strangling me. Again, played well for that 70. Just couldn't go on with it. He had that little flick. Wait, was that him? Who? Yeah, that's right. So on the verge of, was it T? The last ball before T, I think it was. And he flicked it out, and then the only person to go up was Siraj, and then Kohli reviewed it, and he was out. Good review. Joe Root, a.k.a. Alan DeGeneres. 121 off 165. Talk about efficient. Talk about the form of your life. Talk about being the best batsman in the world. At the end of this test match, he will officially go to the number 1 spot on the test batsman ranking. So, again, he's from England, so I don't love him. But he's, again, one of the very few players from England that I enjoy watching, that I think is a superstar, that I love watching him play, that, nothing but respect for Joe Root. He's not a wanker like a lot of his other teammates. So, nothing but respect for Joe Root. If you're an Indian fan, you've just got to take your hat off and just say, what can you do about this man? Because he is in the form of his life, career best form. He can't be stopped at the moment, can he? He is incredible. Johnny Bairstow, 29. Butler, 7. Again, this middle order still seems to have problems once they get down to it. If it isn't Joe Root who does batting, then they rely on some of these guys. In the recent test matches, they've done fuck all at the top order. And this middle order still, again, does not fire a shot. Moeen Ali out for 8. Curran gone for 15. Overton not out for 24. And Robinson not out for 0 of 6 at stumps. The bowlers, Ishant Sharma, he's just not having a great game, to be honest. He's just... Yeah, the conditions are just not there for him. You know, if they bowled first, then he would have been absolutely lethal because that ball was swinging massively in that first innings, but they just can't seem to get the ball to move as much as England did. So it's just not his conditions, to be honest. It's not really working for him. I think they would have rathered an Ashwin or a Thakua. And I think they probably accept they've already made a mistake with that selection, but you can't really change it unless someone in the change rooms just gives him a little hit on the head and says, concussion sub, and then let's hope Thakua's the concussion sub. But it's probably not going to change the game, is it? So maybe not. Bumrah, 1 for 58 off 27. Shami, 3 for 87 off 26. Siraj, 2 for 86 off 23. And Jadeja, 2 for 88 off 31. He has bowled plenty of overs. And I tell you what, for an all-rounder to bowl 31 overs, it just shows how much they needed a frontline spinner in Ashwin. They really needed Ashwin out there to give Jadeja a hand. Yeah, it hasn't gone to plan, this test match for India. Look, let's map out the next few days. What can we expect? Unless there's weather gods out there and they rain for the next few days, which if you're an Indian fan, you'd probably want. But, oh, I got an itchy back. Look, I'd rather see test match cricket, so I don't really want to see rain. Day 3, what are we expecting? Well, England, you expect India to bowl them out in that first session. You can't be letting Craig Overton, Robinson, or Jimmy Anderson put on any more runs than they already have. So you've got to get them out within the first 10 overs of day 3. You need to go into bat. You need to have Sharma. You need to have, who's the other one? KL Rahul. And you guys just need to fight. You know, if it's even this far off the stumps, just leave it. That's what, everyone would be saying to them in the change rooms, fight for your career depends on it. You know, you've just got to fight for your country, fight for your fans, fight for your brothers. Going into the trenches tomorrow, they're going to be under all sorts of pressure from that England crowd. England bowlers, they're going to have Jimmy Anderson, Robinson firing that pill at them, Sam Curran swinging the ball out. You're going to have Moeen Ali spinning it in. They're going to have lots of trouble tomorrow if they don't believe in themselves, which it's the Indian cricket team, so they always believe. But, what do they need? They don't need any of this. They need one of these two at the top of the order to go on and score 100. They need Pujara to state what they need from Cheteshwar Pujara. He has to. This is almost him playing for his career. Not his career per se, but he's playing for his spot in the rest of this test series. So if he goes out there and scores another score under 20, he's gone. They'll bring in Agarwal, they'll bring in Suryakumar Yadav, they'll bring in Agarwal. It'll be one of them will replace him. So he's got to go out there and score a big score of at least 70 plus. And he needs to face at least 250 deliveries. Minimum for him. He's going to need something. We need Kohli to fire up. We need Rahane. We need Pant. We need Jadeja to fire up. They need the whole batting lineup to put in their effort. Otherwise, this match will be over very, very quickly. Because England have all the momentum, have all the power on their side. And hey, what an interesting day of cricket again. It's I know some of the Indian cricket fans out there are saying they can't watch. It's hard for them to watch. But look, you have to stick by your cricket nation when the going gets tough. You have to stick by your team, and at the end of the day, you're still the best test nation in the world. You're still 1-0 up in the series. And so do never give up on your team. Do never be that supporter who clicks off and doesn't watch. You watch until the last ball is bowled and the test match is over, and then you get ready for the next test match. You always have to keep believing, Even if you're 9 for 25 and India needs 400 runs to win, you still believe in your cricketing team and your country, because that's who you stand by. So, hey. I mean, that is going to cap it off, guys. What's going to happen in day 3? Excited already. Yeah. Hopefully India can fire back. If not, if England pile on some more runs, then they have a big bowling day at India. Bowl them out for under 200. Match will be over. So, look, India need a miracle, but they're the team to pull off miracles. So, hey, that is going to cap it off, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.